Local service ads on Google are one of the most powerful ways to generate new inbound calls cheaply. But you can't even get off the ground if your profile is barren. And it's a shame because your clients probably like you, but they aren't letting the public know. My name is Levi Jones, founder and head coach of Guerrilla Realty, and I'm going to give you a dead simple step-by-step process you can follow to seed your profile with reviews, and then get 5 new reviews every single month on autopilot. Anyone can do it, and it only takes a simple tool we created and about 15 minutes of your time. By the way, we did a private 1-hour-long live training on building a full Google business profile from scratch. We include the full step-by-step scripts, every tool you need to execute it on your own for free. To get the full training, just like this video, share it with another agent who needs it, and then comment shared below. I'll send you the private link to the full resource, again, free. First thing we'll cover is the Google Review Blitz. If you want to run Google local service ads, the very first thing you need is reviews. Specifically, you need at least 5 to even activate the ads. So in this first step, I'm going to show you how to get those first 5 reviews as quickly as possible, usually within just a couple of hours and with only a few minutes of your work. We call this part the Google Review Blitz because it's very quick action and it's quick results. I'm going to give you 3 things to do today to get the first 5+ reviews for your account. So number 1, we're going to use a tool we call the Google Profile Optimizer tool, and we're going to create an inner and outer circle list. Your inner circle are people that would do anything for you. These are the people I want you to think of that would be willing to watch your kids if your wife goes in labor, or they're going to help you move the next time that you move. Without question, they're there. These are your ride or dies. And they don't have to be real estate customers. They can be people that know your character, that know your hard work, that are invested in your business. And then once you have that inner circle list, and we want at least 12 on this inner circle list, we're going to build the outer circle list as well. And these can be past clients. These can be other real estate agents who know you and would potentially vouch for you. They can be people that friends, family, etc., but maybe they aren't on the inner circle list, but acquaintances, etc. Now, we want to make these 2 lists, and they can be as long as you want, but I would say start with a minimum of 12 in each list. And this is important. Most of the time, all you have to do here is just write down names that you already know. In fact, these people don't even have to live in your local area. So if you're one of those agents who just moved to a brand new area, you can have people. The beauty of the internet is that these people can vouch for you no matter where they're at. Okay. Once you've created the inner and outer circle list, thing number 2 is we're going to send a quick ask to the inner circle. And the ask that we send is very simple. We're going to say, hey, I'm working on my Google presence for my real estate business. Would you mind posting a quick review to my Google page? And again, if they're in your inner circle, this should be like an automatic, yes, sure, happy to do it. And then you send them a link. What link? I'll show you in a minute. We don't send them directly to our Google page, and this is important. I'll show you in a minute why, but we go ahead and send them a link immediately after that. Now, if they're in the outer circle list, we give them a different ask. And again, this ask, the full text of which is on the Google Profile Optimizer. You can access this at nerdsheets.com completely for free. But it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more formal because these, again, are not your ride or dies. These are not the people that are going to help you move. These are people that you know and probably would be invested in your business. But we also don't have to worry about just people that, well, maybe I think they might give me a 5-star. I think they like me that much. But you don't have to worry about it. Again, I'll show you why in just a minute, because the link, the way we collect the reviews, is going to be a little bit different with the tool that we've created for you. But basically, it's going to say, hey, similar messaging. Hey, I wanted to ask a favor. Now, as soon as you ask them that, most people they want to help. They want to give you the favor. Sure. Can I ask you a favor? Yeah, of course you can ask me a favor. Okay. I'm working on my Google presence for my real estate business. Reviews are a huge help. Would you mind to take 2 minutes to leave a quick review. And then we're going to offer them a bribe. And the bribe is, hey, I'll give you a quick $5 Starbucks gift card if you're willing to take the time. Now, the response that you get is either going to be, sure, I'll be happy to do it, or they're going to say, oh, I'm happy to do it. You do not have to send me free coffee. Okay. But we want to go ahead and offer the bribe. That's what it is. It's a bribe for them to help you out. The bribe is not so that we can coerce a 5-star review out of somebody. If it's not an honest review, we don't want it, right? The bribe is so that we can get them to take action immediately, because this is one of those things where we say, yeah, I'll do it. And then maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't, maybe we get busy with other stuff, we forget about it. If you're a Christian, you've probably heard someone say, oh yeah, I'll pray for you. And if it doesn't happen right now, probably didn't happen. Let's be honest about that. So that's thing number 2. Thing number 3 is we're going to send and we're going to use a tool called TrustBuff. And TrustBuff is a brand new tool. And this is why we do not have to worry about whether or not these people are going to give us a 5-star review or not. Hey, I just sent my Google review link to someone who maybe hates me. I think they like me, but maybe they hate me. They might give me a 1-star. I don't want that to ruin my profile. We're going to use TrustBuff to basically filter. And once we get them, once they say yes, we're going to immediately send them a link. We're not going to say, hey, go find my profile. We don't want to add friction. We want to send them a link directly to TrustBuff, and I'll show you how that works next. So basically the way TrustBuff works, and this is inside of a TrustBuff account, is you're first going to link your review profiles. And we'll start with Google. Of course, this is what we're talking about here because we want to be eligible for local service ads. But all you have to do is type in your business name. It's going to go and find your Google profile, and it's going to sync it. Takes just a few seconds. Now, you can then, if you want to, go ahead and link and copy and paste in like your Yelp review link, your Zillow review link, your Realtor.com link, etc. But the cool part is then you can create a custom TrustBuff link. And this is going to be like an intermediary link. And you can just be trustbuff.com/Levi Jones as an example. You're going to send that TrustBuff link. And then when anybody goes to that TrustBuff link, it's going to ask them to basically rate. And it's going to say, hey, I want your feedback on Google. Now, if they put in a 1-star because they hate you, or maybe they just put in a 3 or 4-star. By the way, 3 or 4-star might as well mean they hate you because that tanks your reviews, right? We want 5 stars or nothing. And if they put anything other than a 5-star and they submit it, guess what? We take that feedback and we want to fix it, right? We're good agents. We want to fix that relationship. If they give us a 5-star, though, we want to go ahead and send them on to the review site directly so that they can leave a review on our Google profile, right? We don't want to waste that. And so the cool part with TrustBuff is that once they've left their review, once they've posted it, whether it's 1-star or 5-star, it's then going to take that review and it's going to share it internally so that you can deal with, the good and the bad when it comes to customer ratings. So you'll see the internal reviews are, hey, we got a 5-star. We redirected them to the review site. The review that the customer posted is there. If they posted anything else, it just shares it with us internally. In other words, we can, again, still deal with it. We want to repair that relationship if there's an issue. But this is why we can send this link far and wide and never have to worry about only fine-tunedly choosing the people that are only going to give us the 5-star reviews. We don't have to discriminate. We send it to anybody and everybody. Hey, share your honest opinion of me. And then we don't have to worry about our Google profile taking a hit if someone has less than pleasant feelings about us for some reason or another. Now, if you do this process and you collect these reviews, you're going to get, and you send it to 24 people, 12 on your inner circle, 12 on your outer circle list, you're going to get way more than 5 reviews. But again, the minimum we need is just 5 reviews so that we can get our profile started for local service ads. So now let's talk about building a review system. And getting your first 5 reviews is great, but that's not enough. Google also looks at something called review velocity. Basically, it means how often new reviews show up on your profile, and they rank your ads based on this factor. So in this step, I'm going to show you how to turn every closing into a new review. All right, now we're going to install a review system, and we're going to do this on each and every transaction. Now, you can do this the day before closing, on closing day. I've actually found that it works best on closing day because typically people are happy, they're loving you at this moment. They haven't found out that the roof started to leak the moment your transaction is closed. Hopefully that never happens because we've all done all of our due diligence and inspections and stuff. But stuff breaks. So we want to go ahead and do this on closing day. And I would just go ahead and make this part of your closing day checklist. We hand the keys over. And then the very first thing we do when it comes to collecting reviews is we pre-frame the ask. And basically, it's as simple as what we were doing before is we basically say, hey, I hope you were happy with the experience that you had. I'm going to go ahead and send you a review link if you wouldn't mind taking just a few seconds to share your honest experience with me. I'd love for you to do that today if possible. Again, most buyers and sellers are going to go, sure, I'd love to do that for you. They're riding a dopamine high from just closing on their home. And so then we're going to go ahead and send them the TrustBuff link. Again, TrustBuff allows us to send it to, hey, maybe this transaction was a little bit rocky. I don't know if they love me. I did my best for them, but there were some surprises on the closing table, whatever. We can send them the TrustBuff link. We don't have to worry about perfect 5-star review or 4-star or whatever. And then we're going to go ahead and send them a gift card or closing gift immediately afterwards. Now, the reason why we go ahead and send them all together is when you send them the gift card, whether it's for coffee or whether you're one of those agents who does more elaborate closing gifts, bottle of wine, whatever the case may be, this is going to activate reciprocation. In other words, they're going to want to go ahead and follow through on that thing that they said that they were going to do for you. The reason why a lot of times reviews don't get made is because it's just not something that's a high priority for us to do the reviews when we have a good experience. Now, we will absolutely light someone up if we have a bad experience, right? But good experiences are harder to go ahead and get that review. And so that's why I said go ahead and send the gift card, activate reciprocation here. And then if they still haven't done it, we want to go ahead and send them a gentle follow-up the next day. If you make this part of your closing checklist, you will have a review system that collects a review each and every transaction you do. Even if you don't have very many transactions, if you're the average agent in the US, you close about 7 transactions a year. That's still 7 brand new reviews on each profile that you have, which is a great start. If you do more business than that, obviously we're talking about 10, 15, 20 reviews every single year without having to do anything extra other than what you're already doing. You just add a small little checklist at the end of your closing. Now, even if you don't have a lot of closings happening, you can still keep your reviews growing. One of the easiest ways to do that is what I call a 10-minute monthly review sprint. Once a month, you send a few quick messages and pick up several new reviews. The 10-minute sprint is something we started doing monthly because of this review velocity thing. Basically, we're going to reboot the Blitz, the one that we did at the beginning that hopefully you're going to do immediately after you watch this video, with new people. Now, we don't have to create all new inner and outer circle list because we don't need a rush of new reviews. We just need to make sure that we're getting a few new reviews each and every month. In fact, if you collect 5 reviews each and every month this year, you'll have 60 reviews by the end of the year. By the end of year 2, again, with not a whole lot of extra work, you're going to be one of the top reviewed agents in your market. Just by really simply going ahead and planning in a 10-minute sprint every month. So maybe it's the first of the month where you just sit down and, hey, I'm going to reboot the Blitz. In other words, I'm going to go ahead and send the ask. This is very important for review velocity. You can't just rely on those first few reviews that you got. And particularly if you don't have a lot of transactions, this is something that you want to integrate into your regular business. And again, we don't have to worry about the likely 5 stars. So if we meet a new agent because we borrowed listings from them, we can send them the review link and say, hey, do you mind doing this? In fact, I'll reciprocate and review you as well. But this is something that just a handful of people, 5 to 10 people every single month, takes just a few seconds to send the ask. Again, if you'd like to also send the gift card, you can. But if we do that monthly, we achieve the review velocity that keeps our local service ads up near the top of the ranking each and every time. Deep down, you already know how important it is to have your clients and friends share their honest review of your work. And your work is good. So let's let the world know about it. Let the promise of cheap inbound calls from local service ads, by the way, they're not a sponsor, we're just a fan, and our tool Trust Buff be the things that cause you to take action and get your reviews out there. Remember, we did a full hour-long training on the entire Google My Business playbook. We share full case studies as well as step-by-step, profile copy, and all the tools you need to execute it for free. All we ask is that you please like the video, share it with a friend, and then comment below that you did that. I'll send you a private link to the training. And if you want more real estate marketing help, we do 2 videos a week on this channel. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any. Appreciate you. Thanks.